volleyball roguelike Smash It Wild, or perhaps roguelite. As we go in here, new run, you can see that I have previously used the Toads, I've tried the Arctics. Today we're playing as the Totem characters, which is a really weird concept where not only is a volleyball roguelike, which in the first place is strange, but we're going to be placing down totems, place totems on player row and column, that upgrade the player's attacks in the area, so like power totems. I'm guessing there's also going to be other, like maybe defensive totems. We'll see. So let's go ahead and get in. I'm pretty excited for this one because other characters don't have totems. I mean, this is wild. Placement phase. So in the placement phase of this volleyball roguelike, I go ahead and take the heavy character, I think, and put them in the front because they can't move very far. I just want them to guard this front tile set. My medium character I'll put in the bottom so they can guard this bottom area, and my light character can guard the top area and swing down to the bottom if needed because light characters can move very far. They have a lot of stamina as well. So we go ahead and take this. The bison character is going to toss it to the beaver. The beaver, who is a light character, can place a totem. So we get two options. The Right of Power, which places that power totem, I believe that increases attack damage. Do they all increase attack damage? Let's right click it, power totem. They both increase attack damage. The voodoo magic as well, place a totem in the player's column. So in my column, being affected by two totems inflicts weakened. Oh, interesting. Being affected by two totems inflicts weakened, which makes my next attack inflict half the damage. So I only want one totem. Row and column. So if I do Right of Power, boom, boom, wouldn't that weaken me? Tricky. Totem player's column being affected by, let's see, upgrades the player's attacks in its area. Wow, okay, so we're gonna learn. Maybe just a Right of Power. Neither of these are feints, right? So we just go ahead and move the heavy down one. In front of the attacks. Oh, my bad. Yeah. All right, go ahead and hit here. And you get reduced a little bit. Let me, yeah, I'll swing myself a bit over. Just in case, so you can see for the rest of the stream. So fragile here. Maybe even a little bit more, huh? No, this is fine. All right. Fragile. So you're going to hit next attack. Next crash damage is doubled. Ooh, crash damage. Pushes by 1 tile per point. Suffer 2 damage per tile pushed against an obstacle. If the obstacle is another player, both suffer damage. So you're going to hit to here. If I go here with my moose, then I push into them and do a bunch of damage to myself. Very bad. Instead, I just go forward 1 with the eagle and get pushed back 1, and that's okay. That's just fine. Except that now I have an effect, which is next crash damage is doubled. I'm guessing crash is hitting something, so I get hurt a lot if I slam this guy into anybody. Tough. Won't suffer any damage from the next attack. Ooh, I make myself immune to the next attack. That could be good because that stops the crash, maybe. Upgrades the player's attack in the area. Let's try that one to counteract their weakening of me. Upgrades the player's attack in the area. So we do have totems here, but you're not weakened right now. And this, I think, is hitting me, making me stronger, right? Or no? Or is it just hitting the beaver? That I'm not too sure on. Totems, we're learning. Go ahead and hit... I could hit here. Yeah, I'll hit here. Another totem goes down. Oh, wait, did I hit you directly? I meant to hit one above. But either way, you take a little more damage. Now where are you hitting? Just directly onto me. You're going to swing me back, but I think my totem might actually... I might get knocked into my totem. Is that... But either way, I think I'm going to be okay, though, because I just put... clicky. I just put that thing that makes me take no damage on, which meant, yeah, that totem hit didn't hurt at all. Fantastic. And it removes the crash effect. I think that all worked out. Now we're going to hit towards the moose. The moose's ability... 1 totem, the attack affects the column. So this is the attacked area expands depending on the number of totems affecting the moose. If I move you up 1, I'm guessing that'll get you in the range of a totem. Let's try that. I'm going to move first, put you in range of the totem. And now, 1 totem, the attack affects the column. 2 totems, the attack affects the row and the column. 3 totems, the attack affects the row, the column, and both diagonals. No. 1 totem should be fine. Affects the column. Let's hit... Oh yeah, this is perfect. This kind of gets in the... can I right-click? There we go. So if I hit right here, it's going to hit you, and hit you all at once and do insane damage. Okay, cool. Knocks out one of you, damages the others, and look at that massive totem hit. Wow. Yeah, I like totems for the bison for sure. So you're hitting down to here. Which is Bone Appetit. Push 3. Ooh. Pushes by 1 tile per point, suffers 2 damage per tile, pushed against an obstacle. If the obstacle is another player, both suffer the damage. Yeah, I think it's okay. We're just going to have to get our eagle real hurt here. It's going to be a bit rough, but it will survive. All right. Now the beaver. Do I want to move the beaver down? I feel like I'm in danger right now with the beaver being where it is. I'm going to move the beaver... Wait, actually, let's look at what you have. Wait, how much range do you have? Your medium? I'm pretty sure that if I use one of these and put it here, you can still catch it. This is a feint. Oh, I can feint and send you here, though, which is kind of nice. So I think what I want to do is I want to move myself down 1 so I can better cover the whole area with a beaver. And then I'm going to feint to get 2 of you confused here. That way the next attack I can just land it here, and the medium character up here won't be able to get to it. So both of you are now out of stamina. I mean, you can't move anymore. I can catch this with my beaver pretty easy. You're going to push me back a little bit, but that's okay. And now I think we just end it. Boom. Bang. Oh, animations. There we go. We get our point. Perfect. Really solid first battle there. Continue. I get to have 1 level up for a character. Adjacent teammates affected by totems gain by 2 or more totems gain resistance. Ooh, or hit by 2 or more. Stamina increase, strength increase. Tricky. If I want to go, let's just go all in on totems if possible. So give them resistance and we just totem everything. Especially I think totems are nice because when I go into the final battles, like I'm going to be going against real teams that are hard to beat. And I'm going to be able to have 2 rounds to stack up totems instead of just the 1. No frog, but they're quite baller. Yeah. Yeah, we got no frogs yet. We'll face a frog soon, I'm sure. Rest, store, and meditate. I don't really need... I could rest. Let's check meditate. Gain 100 sparks of inspiration. That gives me currency to spend on training in future. I don't have a bunch of gold yet. I think I'd maybe meditate again, and then we just go all in on training eventually. Objectives didn't seem to work so well for me in the past. Let's do a meditate again. 200 sparks of inspiration gained, and do a fight. Maybe resting would have been a good call there. Okay, but Eagle's not that hurt. Okay, we're definitely, yeah. We'll just keep this placement is fine. I'm gonna need to summon a lot of totems. Place a totem in the player's row, gains tough. Won't suffer any damage next attack. I do like that one, but I want to wait for them to try to set me up so I can make myself invulnerable. Out of breath. Okay. Being affected by 2 totems inflicts out of breath. I think I just want to place down some totems. Places a totem in the player's column. Push one totem, 1 per totem affecting the eagle. But I'm not going to have that. This is a totem in the player's row. I'd rather it be in the column. Yeah, let's just place down a totem in the column and have you go to the front. Bang. There we go. 1 totem down. Pushing you back. Okay, so it prioritizes, I think, top and left, and then only does bottom if a bottom or probably right if I have enough totems. Like if I have 1 totem there already, maybe it shows the bottom as well. All right, you're hitting to here. I can catch that, but only really with the eagle right now. So eagle it goes. Little pain. That's okay. Now you upgrades the player's attack in its area. Let's totem on the player's row and column. Yeah, more totems. Big time totems is huge. I'm gonna make you travel down here. Good. I think it's a really good call to kind of like just cycle around somebody here until they're really low on stamina. That way I can just place here and well, sometimes anyway I can place like I move you back 1 and then place it here, and if I can move you over 1, then we get a free win. You're hitting there. Kind of painful you to hit there, but I'm gonna have to use the beaver for it. You're fainting. Okay. Into the outline, that's fine. And now I'm gonna move you up 1 like before so that you can hit everyone affecting like in this column. I think that's a good call. All right, up 1 you go. There. And now you're gonna hit, affecting by this totem, means you get everyone here. Okay, is this a feint that I can put outside? No. So, who to hit mainly? Ooh, I can drag you all into it. Yeah, that's huge. Okay. Yep, you're gonna cycle down and hit everybody. That's crazy. What a call, what a play. All right. Cats have a move called catch. Yeah, why they gotta do it this way, huh? Yeah, so what is this? Apply out of breath. Ooh, dangerous. But I'll still have everyone covered if I apply out of breath to the beaver, so I think it's okay. Catch. Whose turn? Next turn is gonna be eagle. Okay. Now I want to make it so that maybe I'll make it so I'm invulnerable next turn, even though I really would like to have more totems down. Because, well, then Beaver is going to Beaver can move up here and have its 2 totems if I need it to. What do we have for that? Affected by +2 totems, gain 2 resistance. Oh, wait, adjacent teammates. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. If this were up here, you gain resistance, but... Won't suffer any damage next attack. Upgrades the player's attack in its area. Or... give someone out of breath. Being affected by 2 totems inflicts out of breath. Yeah, that doesn't really work for me. Places a totem down on the row. Well, this row is kind of awkward to have it. But I think placing it on the column would work. Will this place it at the bottom? I'm not sure. 1 tile point. Pushes 1 per totem. That's good for me. We can push you to the back line. Or maybe push you back. Which one of you do I want to push? Or I can push you. But yeah, I'd like to put it somewhere where I can say. I think maybe here, and then I can hit the next hit into here, and there's nothing I can do about it unless they move. Well, no, this guy can still hit it. Yeah, they're pretty well defended now. You're fainting. I'm gonna have to catch it, I think, with my eagle. Not a ton of damage taken though. It's not a big deal. And now what? Now you, the beaver, your turn to hit. Totem on the player's row and column. More totems. But I think, well, let's see. I can feint you up, and then I think I could just finish here. It's better, though. Other options. Yeah, I think that's my play. Because now if I hit here, I win. Boom. Feint you up. And now, who's going to be hitting for my win here? Where are you hitting? You're hitting back there. Dangerous. Okay. I have to catch with the beaver. That's okay, though. Catch with beaver. Take a bunch of damage. Unfortunate. But now, I believe... is there a way I can... I believe this is just a win. All these totems in the way are kind of weird, but... Yes, there it is. There we go. Hit, and a win. Boom. That was the ploy, and we made it happen. Because the 2 front ones were both out of breath, and the back one was too far away to get it. All right. We're not out of breath, I guess. That's actually a modifier. We're both stamina gone, tired, exhausted. Inflict 1 damage per 2 missing stamina. Interesting. Off field, +2 range to the next move. Kind of nice to be able to swing you back if I need to. But that's for the moose. I don't know if the moose is going to be getting off field much so far. I think I go with the extra damage. It's kind of crazy. Out of stamina equals EP. Yeah. All right. So now we get... is this a training up here? Yeah, I think now we go to... I have so much meditation already done. I don't want to do more of that. I guess I could go to the store. Objectives are just not my thing here. Attacks push 2. Attacks regenerate 3 stamina to adjacent teammates. I love stamina regeneration. Oh, we have 2 of them? And one of them is cheaper than the other. We get both. Ending the turn on the same row as a teammate gives +1 strength. Same row. To both units? To who? To both units? I don't know. Push 2 is kind of insane too, though. 80, 120. I'm not going to be able to get more than... I have to push 2, or do I just go 3 stamina to adjacent teammates, attack when attacking? 3 stamina is so much. That means I don't have to rest or anything as well. I might just take both of these too. Druid's Touch, but who for? The beaver and the... Or, well, let's see, adjacent teammates? Maybe the moose guy wouldn't be too bad, because they don't really move very much, so I can reliably just kind of put people near them. But high movement people are easier to make sure they get near. Then again, who do I want to be getting stamina back? The moose can't move much anyway, so they might as well be the one that recovers stamina for friends. Oh, why did I take the 81? I clicked this one. Oh, well. Take that. I want them both, I think, anyway, but I was like still kind of torn if I might take the push too. Oh, well. So we take it on the moose, I think, actually, here. And then Druid's Touch. Yeah, I think honestly, I want the beaver to regenerate, if anything, because they have a lot of storage for it. So other people will attack, and they'll be next to them if possible. The big boy hold top row, then let the other 2 hold the bottom together. That could work. Yeah, I could see that. Well, no. Well, no, it doesn't work because the big guy can only move 1. So, like, if they... Well, I guess they could feint. They can't feint at that point. That's interesting, yeah. Because normally they would feint, but they can't feint if no one can get there. Yeah, that's interesting. It could happen. So back to schedule, and then... Wait, quit. Okay, that's fine. And now events. Events. Lose 50 sparks for 200 gold. Gain 100 gold. Gain 50 sparks. I think we take... Oh, tricky, actually. Maybe I take the 200 gold here, because I have so many sparks. Okay, and then that means I can go to another store if I'd like, or I could train this guy. If I go to a store, I could maybe get a... I get one more thing. I get one thing for the beaver, and I could get a passive trinket. I think that might be worth it. And I can reroll if I want. Ending the turn adjacent to teammates restores 2 stamina. Crazy. This would happen for everybody. So we just focus on big stamina recovery, potentially. What else? Attacks fly out of breath. Attacks regenerate 3 stamina to adjacent teammates. Out of breath is interesting. I don't think I want another one of these. Let's see. Attacks apply out of breath. Infinite stamina. I know, it's kind of crazy. I guess maybe this is good. Yeah, we'll take this relic. Can I reroll and get another relic? Let's do it. Oh, I can't. Oh, it'd be so good. Anyway. Attack supply push 1, regenerate stamina, out of breath, sickness. I might reroll it then and look for an 80. Attacks grant +4 stamina. I like this a lot. On the beaver. I think that's the play. So these ones will kind of regenerate each other. The beaver can be its own like solo team, because that's normally how they kind of work anyway. +4 stamina goes to the beaver. It's so powerful. You don't need to win if you can't lose. It's simple. Yes. Yeah. Imagine a sea related set of characters as well. Yeah. You could have shrimp. You could have a shrimp as one of them, and I don't know, like a salmon, and yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Okay. So yeah, here's an interesting ploy. Is you focus on defending the top. If like you can get this one or this one, and also they can't feint. You two focus on defending the bottom set. That is interesting. Can I place you further back like this even? So now you can go here or you can go here, and you're already here, so you don't have to move as much if they try to go for like a feint. It's interesting. But now you can still hit here. So honestly, I might even, because you can go all the way this high, so I don't want them to feint me to that side. If anything, I'd almost want you to be here so you can't get feinted. Yeah, maybe. Try it. This is a weird play, but it kind of makes sense. It does kind of make sense. Who can make me a totem? On the player's row. This might not be bad for me. A player's row could work. On the column. Column's also not bad. Is diagonal considered adjacent? I don't believe so. So they're not amplifying each other right now with resistance, but I have it here just because I don't want this guy to be able to hit here, and therefore them to be able to hit there with a feint and drag me across the screen, because that would be a lot of stamina reduction. On the column, let's see. So power totem pushes 1 per tile. No, I guess we go on the row and gain it so that now you won't take damage if I have to defend with you, which I probably will have to do. Okay. So we go... I'm going to send you up is probably the most damage I can really realistically do to you guys. Yeah, this is a proper team with a toad involved. So, spooky. You're going there. Oh, you're hitting everybody like this. That is dangerous. I'm going to say the moose is okay here. Little spooky, though, because I'm not guarding this properly right now. No, I am. I'm good. We're good. So no one's guarding these ones, which is perfect, so they can't feint there. And I'm properly still guarding this and this and this. Okay. Place a totem on the player's row and column. Right of power. I think I like this for big totem gain, because we're going to have multiple turns here, so I want as many totems as possible. And totems don't disappear like ice does. How can I shuffle you guys in a way that's inconvenient for you? Do you have a feint option to send you out? But it doesn't create totems, so all about totems. So I'll pull you back instead. Okay. Now you're hitting there. Only this guy can guard it, which is a bit uncomfortable. But they will, on their attack, they're going to gain back some stamina, so At least something. Feel like Feint is just ridiculously overpowered in this game. It's useful, sure. I don't know if it's overpowered or not. Like, it is powerful. Let's see. Mighty Charge. So the hope here would be to try to get multiple of you in one thing together. Oh, do you have no totems applying to you? Can I move you? I don't really want to move you back there, though. Well, maybe I could move you back there, and it'd be okay. Because that way you have at least a totem. That way you can at least apply damage to everybody like that. And if you were here, you'd actually have 2. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. Move. Come on. You can't move. Oh, you can't because... Oh, interesting. Tricky. You can't move because it's multiple... Yeah, that's true. Dang, so I'm not going to be able to do that. That is a pain. Yeah, I think this strategy is not good. But that's okay. We learn. All right, so I'm going to want... to... Dang, yeah, that really hurts me a lot. I haven't had these guys shuffle around so much. It's much better to just have this guy in the middle already. That way he gets totems and whatnot easily enough. Anyway, all right, you hit forward. You're hitting to there. That's going to knock out one of these 2 guys. Better to knock this guy out, I think. What are they doing? Adrenaline resistance? Yeah, this is spooky. Oh, well. So now, but now I'm going to go for the eagle, who is going to... I would like to place on column. Attack in its area, places a totem in the player's column. Yeah, I think this is a fine call. Strategy has a pretty high skill floor from the looks of it. I don't, yeah, it's a way to say it, yeah. Okay. We go with this one. We place down one on the column so it applies to this guy. And I don't really want to shuffle you out. Shuffling you out doesn't do anything because you can't move anyway. I'd rather shuffle you out if anything. Or, oh no, shuffle you into each other. There we go. That's pretty good. Get up that way. Oh wait, no, it's shuffling you. Annoying. God, I've got to fly in here. It's so annoying. It's killing me right now. Okay. Reception. So I have to block. Yeah, I'm gonna block with this guy. Good. And now the beaver. Do I do row and column, or do I try to... Let's see. I can feint you here, and then I can hit here, I think. Okay. Yeah, feint is powerful for dragging them, but anyone can feint. So I don't know if I would say feint is overpowered, because every team has a feint character. In the same way as every team has like a multi-hit character and so on. So this is going to be a bit rough for me because of this, but that's okay. Now, who gets to hit now? It is the moose. I can't move with the moose because it is out of stamina. So... Oh yeah, and you can still move, so okay. Tricky. Balance is because everyone is equally broken. Balance is about making sure that no one is more powerful than, like, balancing 2 teams. Like, I don't know about that. I'm not sure. Like, I guess you could have one character among 3 that is really powerful. But I don't know if one of these characters is more powerful than the other so significantly like that. It is, like, a powerful strategy, maybe. Okay, so you hit here. But it being a powerful strategy doesn't make it broken. Let's see. Everyone is equally broken, so you get rock, paper, scissors. Huh. But would you say rock, paper, scissors is an unbalanced game? It's kind of strange perspective. Okay. I'm gonna go here with this guy. You will block. And then... Okay. Out of breath, push... Splitting strike. Actually, I think what you're saying like is like what that's a weird argument because that is what that is balanced. That is a balanced game. It's what but I agree. It is sort of like in a way like rock paper scissors because we each have a team that's equally good and we have to win based on our strategy or based on whatever we can and not just based on That specifically is what balancing is. Okay, out of breath. Movement consumes 1 extra stamina per tile. This could make sense, but that you'd still have 2 and you'd still be able to do enough. What I'd like to do, I think, I'd like to, if I could feint you guys, but this is, let's see, do I have a feint? No. So character doesn't have feints. Pick scissors and your opponent picks rock, you can't win. True. But you don't know ahead of time. Yeah, and you can't know ahead of time. But does that mean that it's unbalanced? I'm kind of confused. I don't understand. Everyone, like, there's not an no one has an advantage. I think the game is broken. If everything in the game is broken, then it becomes a matchup game, not a skill game. But that's just not the case, right? Like, not everything in the game is broken. Both characters have the ability to use feint, but you have to use it in such a way that's like intelligent based on the movement of different characters. Okay. I can knock you guys into each other, which seems like a pretty strong move. The problem is that this guy is still, like, you're in the center, and you're a pretty good character to have in the center. Let's see. Attack. Well, suffer any damage is pretty powerful as well. But pushing is... You do have 2 totems per point. So I think this might actually... This is going to reduce your health at least a good amount. Okay, and I think I might have actually fixed the amount, like the health amount thing that I had struggles with last time. Okay, I think I moved the... Well, Moose here means that they can win next turn. But Beaver here doesn't, technically. Okay, interesting. Make an essay one day, yeah. It's interesting. Let's see. Power Totem. Okay. Allows to aim valid targets off field. I could feint. You are slower, but you're still... Yeah. I think I'm going to need to feint you up north. And I can win the next fight, and then I can... I can win this current one because I have this one still alive and this one's still alive. Let's see. Good. And then, oh, you got the stamina back as well, so I could technically send you in, but I don't think I need to. I think I'd rather send this one in, because either way, we're not going to have the stamina to reach what I need to reach. Okay, so then you go this way, but I'm pretty sure I can win here somewhere. Because are you still out of breath? You're not still out of breath. 1, 2, 3. You might... Oh, I don't know. Danger, 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 danger. Ooh, spooky. 1. I think... Play matchup-based game is balanced, but it's not fun. For me at least. Yeah. I mean, I would say this is not a fully matchup-based game. It's not even almost at all a matchup-based game. And so, I sort of see what you're saying. Like a matchup-based game would be one where we are choosing a team ahead of time to match against an enemy team of like different varying skill levels, and then you just win based on what you choose. But that's just, frankly, it's like not even related to what I'm doing here. It's like, I don't know. It's not like rock paper scissors at all because we each have different characters that can do different things, but you can use them in a number of different ways to gain an advantage. It's possible that if you're both really good at the game, you would somehow set yourself up in a way where you either win or lose each time, sort of like tic-tac-toe, right? Maybe a bit more comparable to that. But there would always still be a winner, I think, unlike tic-tac-toe. Power Totem, what here makes the most sense? Place the totem in the player's column, push 1 per totem affecting eagle. But I don't think I can actually win here. Oh, gosh, this is a challenging one. Movement consumes 1 extra per stamina tile. Is there something that I can do here that would allow a win? I'm going to restore to this guy, which is going to give them the ability to move at least. So I think what I need to do is, I think I need to push so I can knock 2 out at once. Oh, that doesn't knock you out. Figured it would. But I don't have any I have only 1 totem on me. It would knock the frog out. Yeah, the problem is I don't want to unleash the frog, but if I knock the frog out, like, yeah, they're playing pretty smart. If I knock the frog out, the frog is already kind of useless here. It's about this guy's defense and this guy's defense right now. And so knocking the frog out doesn't do much for me. But if I hit one of these ones, then they'll release the frog, which would be kind of a problem for me. Because then the frog can move around and go and defend if needed. So there's no way to kill both. I think the best I'm going to do is still going to be to knock you out. Gosh dang, the frog, though. I'd really like to knock the frog out, but it wouldn't be enough. Let's see. You're hitting to here. I can allow the beaver to be knocked out because I'm going to go next. Maybe? With beaver? No. It's kind of confusing. Yeah, I am. So then I'll restore stamina by hitting with the beaver. Okay, so we're good. And maybe at that point... Well, no, you don't restore each other's stamina. Unless... Yeah, I don't have enough stamina to move with them anyway. Okay, fair. Aim valid targets off field. I'm pretty sure this doesn't win. Oh, it does win. Because you... Oh, because you only have 1 stamina. Right. You only have 1 stamina, which means you can't get down to the bottom. Strategies are unbalanced relative to each other. Everyone has the same unbalanced thing. Doesn't mean that thing isn't unbalanced. Everyone can use this best strategy, but then the best strategies are unbalanced. Yeah. At some point, it's likely that there would be some imbalance. It's just you'd have to like play the game a lot to know for sure. And then if it's not the case that there is some imbalance, then you would find out. But like you don't actually know if there is imbalance or not. It's like League of Legends, I guess. Like if you were starting to play the game and you were like, okay, this character is really strong in this sort of way for this specific thing, but then the enemy characters always have a character that does that really well, like a jungler. You wouldn't then say like, okay, but we know that thing is imbalanced for that particular thing, which means surely there's some imbalance. If you play the game enough, you would figure out what the imbalance is. Like you can assume that's probably true, but you can't be sure if it's true or not until you've done it. Like until you have played all that much. Not affected by a totem or generates. Like I don't know if totems are better or ice is better or the frog character set with its general balance of stats is better. And I would only know that if I played a whole ton and maybe none of them are better. It might be situational somehow or like, but it can't be situational. Like it has to be based on play somehow, but I don't know their balance because there's a billion champions. Yeah, it's challenging for them to balance it, but you couldn't know how imbalanced it is or which character is better unless you played an unbelievable amount of it. And then once you did, you would know. But like from your perspective, where you're looking at this, your assumption is that Feint is massively imbalanced and powerful. It seems like it because it does well in the situations that I'm using it. But I don't know if other characters have things that are also imbalanced. Like there's a lot of assumptions going on to land at that conclusion. Not affected by a totem, regenerates 4 stamina at the end of turn. If not affected by a totem, regenerate 4 stamina at the end of the turn. Team is best, but the Feint mechanic looks so much better than everything else. Feint is useful at moving people around, but it can't be used like, yeah, it's useful at that. It's not useful at reducing stamina for enemies. That's kind of the problem with Feint. Like I would rather fight a character that has Feint that doesn't do anything else special and fight them. I'd probably win with my team like that because I fought cats that have Feint that doesn't do anything special, but enemies that can push you can actually like destroy your stamina and make you unable to move, which makes them a lot more of a threat sometimes. So Feint is good for maneuvering, but it's only really useful if you can also find a way to destroy stamina, which is the reason why, like, Beaver is really not helping me in the actual combat portion of it. It's just helping me in the, like, the final winning, like, hit portion, if that makes sense. Not affected by a totem, regenerate 4 stamina at the end of the turn. Can be avoided easier than Feint. Push is unavoidable. Someone has to get hit by push. You just have to choose who's going to do it. And then the amount of the push is also changed based on the amount of totems or based on like ice or like push is potentially stronger than Feint. The cats had like half your HP. It's like beating up. Yeah, I think you're missing the point. 1 damage per 2 missing stamina with Fury. If not affected by a totem, regenerate 4 stamina at the end of the turn. 1 strength at start of turn. Enhance your strength is good because you hit wide targets. I just have to give you a totem. The crash damage. It is avoidable unless it's not. Like ice, for example, makes it really hard to avoid. Every totem increases the amount that I'm pushing enemies. Like in both of these ways, like I can get you 3 extra pushes. You just will crash. And then also you can avoid by using movement, assuming you have the stamina to like get yourself out of the way to a certain extent. But it also depends on how I've kind of positioned you by attacking myself or how they've positioned me through their attacks. It like, you know, like if I attack here, someone has to block here. I either have to put my bird there, which might be able to push them back, or I have to put this guy there, which puts them in the same row or column, right? It doesn't seem so cut to me. Yeah, I think that strategy was not the play. I think this made a lot more sense. But we also now do have totems involved. PvP mode for this game. Yeah, it would be good. It would be good. I'd be curious to see who would win out. There's definitely a lot of things going on. But yeah, like a standard feint attack is only going to take, usually at max, like 2 stamina off somebody. Plus with the hit damage, which is maybe like 1 or 2. It depends on your strength and everything, of course. But there's not a lot of strength boosting with feint characters usually compared against pushing characters. Pushing characters tend to be the ones with more strength enhancements. Now the tricky thing too is I could recover some stamina real easy if I can give this guy here and let them enhance each other. And then the worst you can do to me is try to feint somewhere, but it'd have to be over here. So this might actually be a decent spot to start with my attacker. Oh wait, no, that's not the attacker. That's the person I was selecting. Tricky actually. Okay. Feint. Placing totems. So this character is all about either adding stuff for other characters / itself, or about just feinting. But like, yeah, for example, like with feint here, I can take you from 13 to an 8 is actually pretty good. Do you have strength enhancements or anything? +2 against resistance. Maybe, oh yeah, the totems are doing this. So this totem is giving me an extra bit of attack. Ooh, you really want to go far with this. You don't want the frog to move there? 19 down. Yeah, you're actually pretty good. 1. You can't hit here, but I also really can't. If I want to section you guys... If I put you here, you still can't get out, but the frog can also go here, I think. Or this guy could go here. So sending the frog back might be good. But then, like, here's another thing is, like, in a PvP, I wouldn't be able to do this. So, like, what I can do right here is I can make it so no one can go there super easy. Oh, they solved it as well. Okay. But they can always move and sacrifice a little bit of stamina to fix their position real easy and then cause me problems as well. Ooh, kind of complicated. But as long as you stay in the front line, I think you're okay. I think we'll just leave you there. Let you take that crazy amount of damage. Holy cow, yeah. The doe, much like my eagle, is about self-enhance. And the doe actually... Well, we both have a lot of damage. And good resistance right now. Okay, power totem. You feint the bottom right and then set up a win for next turn. You can't do that with push. Exactly, except also I can't do it with feint either. Right, that was exactly kind of where I was going with it. Unfortunately or fortunately, like, I guess it's good in terms of balancing. But also it's bad for my winning ability right now. Takes less stamina away, but it displaces characters further. Yeah. It's a toss-up, yeah. Because displacing is something you can fix just through movement, which makes feint less useful. Because honestly, like, stamina, it really is all about stamina. Do I want to move you one forward and recover the moose, though? I think I might want to do that. Generate 3 stamina, I might do that. But it's a toss-up. Like, I'm not saying that feint isn't good, or maybe even better than push. I'm just saying that the assumption that it is better than push, I don't think it's a fair assumption. Move one forward. It's like without more play, right? Because like push has push here, for example, or actually not even just push. Like all of the heavy characters can hit a wide row. If you can get them all into the same like row column area to an extent, you can get them all down in one hit with a heavy. So heavies also have the potential to just end the whole game. At which point you can just land whatever you want. There's 6 tiles and 3 characters to fill them. Let's see. If they got to move to stop you from winning, that is good for you as it eats more stamina. I agree. So if you displace further, it takes more stamina to move back into position. Opinion, you can absolutely convince me if you try hard enough. Yeah. Let's see. So I might be in a good spot to use pushing. Totem player row gains tough. Tough is nice too, though. Tough is really powerful because it lets me catch with this character without taking much damage. But I think pushing right now might be stronger because I have 2 totems. This will give me another totem in the column. What would happen if I have another totem in the column? Will it double up? And then I can push into these 2 and cause them major pain. It's an option, but I could... yeah, I don't know if I can... I don't think I can outright kill here anybody, but I think, yeah, reducing their stamina might be a fine enough play right now. And I also want to see if this gives me another totem in the column. It seems like you know only a maximum of 1 of our 2 totems per column and per row, I would assume. Oh boy. Oh gosh. That's interesting. I could let this guy escape with their life and have still 2 guys that are still alive. But if I leave them there to tank the damage, then the bull's hit is going to restore them, or its own hit is going to restore them. But it is dangerous to do that. And then I think I get the beaver next, who is going to help themselves and nobody else. So if I get the beaver next anyway, though, I might rather... actually, I really don't know. Keep these guys together is nice because they help each other, but this guy's also a lot better at restoring their own stamina. 18. This is eat 10. This would only eat 6. And I think we take the 6 damage. Okay. Tricky, though. Tricky. No, I appreciate you. You're all good. 1 totem. So I have 2 totems right now, which means affects the column. Oh, interesting. Wait, hold on. 1 attack affects the column. 2 affects the row and the column. 3 affects the row, the column, and both diagonals? What? Yeah, I don't know if I care that much about that. I mean, that's crazy, but... So my goal right now is going to be to drag you... Which side do I want to do? I could drag you down to this side and make it really hard for the toad to get in. Make them have to move, potentially. Yeah, maybe this is good. It also destroys the bull. So the toad has to come in. Let's see. Does the toad have an opportunity to do that? It did. It did. So it can come here so it can hit there if it needs to. All right. I'm going to have to catch with the beaver, but the beaver is the one I'd rather catch with. I'm glad I didn't swap them around. And then now it's the... Okay, the beaver now goes... I think you just win, though. Maybe not. No, you can't. You can't. Next attack inflicts half damage. Let's see. Voodoo magic. Upgrades the player's attacks in its area. This creates a totem. A feint. Okay. We solve for frog to win next turn. And I still have enough. Honestly, I'm surviving so much off of these gloves that I bought. Okay. Nice. And it actually kind of makes the beaver unkillable. Like, the gloves are really powerful. Oh, gosh. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. But either way, yeah, still I think it's a good idea to catch with beaver here. Oh, it's going to make it really hard to move anywhere, but these guys are covering the bottom too, so I think it's okay. Frog is always a hard match, it seems. Yeah, partly because frogs are good and whatever, but also partly because, frog team is decent. They're strong units, but also I think it's a hard match because it's like... Wait, can I... Huh? I don't like that. I gotta say I'm not a fan of that, definitely. Okay. I don't like clicking on this tile and it applying to this tile because there's technically a character in that tile. Okay. But now we win. There we go. Misclicked. I mean, I've done it at different points just because, like, visually I'm clicking this one, but the game thinks I'm clicking the other one. Oh well. In the match. We get to choose an upgrade. 1 range to the next move, regenerate 2 stamina per turn. Target is affected by 3 totems. Attacks give... yeah, I'd like that, but that's actually kind of insane. but I'm not going to be affected by 3 totems, I don't think. Wow, this is a strong one. Maybe do I want to swap my gloves? +1 range to the next move. 1 range. What does it mean? Skip. I mean, I could try going for 3 totems. It's just really hard to set up. But scared 3 is great. You know what? Okay, we'll try it. But that's it. Yeah, I thought that was it, but I wasn't 100%. But I'm pretty... Yeah, it's always the toad at the end as my final great opponent. But all right. Gotcha. Yeah, it's a good game. I think, especially in that last one, I kind of experienced a little bit of oh wait, back in. Hold on here. A little bit of nonsense, a little bit of craziness, but it is, again, it's a demo or whatever. It's early days. Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I think they actually did fix things though. I think they did fix the damage indicators since the last time I played. Some update must have come through because it was way clearer how much damage I was actually going to be doing to the enemies that time with pushes and so on. It was able to calculate properly, so that was cool. Spreadsheet purposes, how much crash damage does. Pushing. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can just see how much it does. Range, slime puddle, sequence, sprint, slime puddle. Hold on. I think it's you do push, or no, you do pushes. Pushes by 1 per tile, suffers 2 damage per tile pushed against an obstacle. So if they can get it to an obstacle, which a lot of the time you can, but not always, then you can get 2 per. And then Arctics, I think, are really good at that because they can make you push an extra 1. So 1 per tile, suffer 2 damage per tile pushing against an obstacle, and then you can summon ice slabs, which pushes players 1 extra. So if you have, I mean, technically, the most you could ever do, I think, with pushing would be if you had 1, 2, 3, and you, well, let's see now. No, that wouldn't do it. I guess just, yeah, if you just push multiple times. But there are also gloves that allow for more pushing. So yeah, it gets kind of crazy. So I'd 1 extra tile. So if you push 2 right in front of a wall, does that do 4? Yeah, it's got to. And then if you had 2 players, like 1 back to back, they would each take 4 damage. Yeah. I think that, yeah, that is the idea. And then there's also, and then again, there's like gloves or equipment that allows you to push, like there's a thing that allows you to push 2 every attack. So you could have that in addition to pushing 2, like pushing with ice and the 1 push. So the most you could do there would be, I think, 8, unless you were hitting against an opponent, which point you're doing 16 overall because you're hitting them and the other character, just with the push damage. Which I think does add up quite a bit. I mean, like, obviously that's an extreme amount that usually you wouldn't be able to. The penguin can actually feint and push, which is kind of nice. But tile pushed against an obstacle if the obstacle... Honestly, I feel like penguin is maybe the strongest character. In my mind, it's like that ability is crazy. But that being said, like heavies are weird because if you can give them some strength, like strength allows you to do kind of endless amounts of damage potentially. When I push 9, right? Yeah, strength is kind of is also really pretty crazy. So like if we go back to Doe has a lot of potential as well because Doe can get 2 times resilience until the next certain. No, it's gives adrenaline and resilience. Adrenaline, I believe, increases strength by 1 every turn. So if you can get like an item that gives you adrenaline and they also use stress reflex, then they get 2 strength every, I think it's every turn or maybe it's every attack they get actually. Ignores the, oh wait, no, hold on. And hurts resistance. No, I could have sworn that they're, oh wait, okay, no. There's an item that's called adrenaline that gives strength at the beginning of every turn. But where was, and then ball call, plus 2 strength if the target's on the same row. Weird, actually. I guess this doesn't do what I thought, because this is a little weird. Adrenaline apparently ignore the enemy's resistance, but there's also there's a card that's called adrenaline that gives you 1 strength every turn. Kind of strange. Anyway, that is the final team in Smash It Wild. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I do enjoy the game quite a bit. Obviously, the more that I push into it, the more that I'm going to see little weird little things to point out and feel strange about. Yeah, but it's good. It's solid. 4 damage is good. Who would have thunk? Yeah. I mean, damage is quite good. The thing with the game is like damage is just damage to stamina. So if you focus on strength, then maybe you're not focusing on feint. So it's like feint allows you to do extra damage, but strength allows you to do damage every single turn. If you can build up your strength, it's potentially stronger, but only if you're playing kind of a long game, which means in the PvP stuff, that could be really important, where in like fighting the early teams, it wasn't as important. And so like if we had like the more rounds that go by, the more strength becomes just insane. Like you saw in that last round, I'd have a character at like 9 HP, and then they get hit by 1 ball from a Doe, and all of a sudden they're at 0. It's like, okay, all right, I guess that's enough for you, yeah. And it's not even like pushing them back. It's just, we're just going to hit you direct and you're just going to be gone. So yeah, it's like, there's some things with strength where you can just eviscerate them. Definitely getting strength on the bear is crazy, or strength on any heavy is crazy, because then that damage they're doing is spread to a much larger space, which again, potentially kills everyone on it. Yeah, it's kind of wild. Right to inventory space. But anyway, in terms of YouTube, I appreciate you guys coming around. I'll stick around a little bit longer on other platforms, but YouTube, I so appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed this one. Look forward to more in this kind of genre. I do them all the time on the channel, various different roguelikes, indie games, deck builders, what have you. So stick around for that. But I will see you there. Later on YouTube.